joke. I don't want to tell you anything at all. But you know the problem with me? I never could keep my big mouth shut.
Not very inviting. Looks like they really want me to go in. It's an ad for Nepenthe. It reads, "Quaff, oh quaff, this fine Nepenthe. Win a bottle today at the shooting gallery." It's an ad for Nepenthe. Win a bottle today. It says not all attractions are suitable to all ages. Visitors are encouraged to exercise judgment. Pretty vague as warnings go. Wait!
Goodbye, my love.
She's gone.
Not gone, Querent. Nearly dead. Again and again she comes to this well, to weep and leap at the sound of the shriek. Which of you will save the other?
There's something moving down there, and a hint of golden light.
Listen, the thing you have to understand is, this is all your fault. You miss all the obvious signs. You let everything slip through your fingers. And you're no good at fixing things. That's why she's dead. That's why you're here. Right. Anyway, I'll call again later. But if you need help, and you will need help, please hang up and press 0 to dial your operator.
Wait! He sounded just like me. I need to deposit a coin first.
A 25-cent deposit is required to make this call. Please hang up, deposit 25 cents, and make your call again.
A huge furnace with 83 painted on it.
That is my name, 83.
What are you?
I am the fire that burns the impure.
What's that anvil for?
Like the bear that licks its cub into shape with a tongue of fire, I forge from ore upon the anvil whatever thing I wish.
Can you make something for me?
I can make anything. Bring me a work order and lay your metal upon the anvil.
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
The bellows gasped on the day she was made.
But who was she?
A flawed thing that fire could not save.
Goodbye.
You have said so before.
Just steam. I need to put something on it first. It's just waiting for something. Just steam. I'll need to find where they start. Whoever built this place certainly doesn't trust me to find my own way. Looks like they start up ahead. It's a spinning rocket ride. Only not spinning, or rocketing, and you can't ride it. It's not operational. What the? Ah! That's it! That shadow! That's what's making that sound. That's what's killing her. I have to destroy it. What an idiot grin. Nice doggy. Any closer and it'll attack me. Goodbye.
You have said so before.
Hello? Hello? I guess I need to put in a quarter. Yeah, I get the message. I already have her picture in my mind. 4, 3, 1. It's been torn off after the first 3 digits.
Welcome to the mysteries of the deep, home of the luminous stream maid, the vitriolic sea star, and the oleaginous black swan.
Looks like it's electrified. I can't reach it. It's a big switch in the on position. Non-stop show, huh? No wait. Tell that to whoever put this gate up. What happened? Strangeland. A bit on the nose. A good handful of rocks.
Not this again. Here's one for you. Man sitting in his doctor's office. Doc says, and now here's the good news. Man says, Doc, you didn't even tell me the bad news. Doc says, not this again.
Hello?
Leave me alone. I already told you a joke.
Hello?
Sticks and stones will make me groan, but words will never move me. All right, I'll talk.
So, who or what are you?
I just am. Because I think.
Really? What are you?
A raven, lunatic.
Where are we?
Baked in a pie, I guess.
Do you just sit there, watching every time that woman kills herself?
Aw, don't get so bent out of shape. That little slip and fall didn't do her any harm.
But she killed herself!
Don't take it so literally, boss. Believe me, if she were dead, I'd be eating her eyes. As you might have noticed, death is different here. Puts a poor raven out of work, I'll tell you that.
What did you mean? Death is different here.
It means I'll not carry in comfort down there, feast on thee.
Are you sure you're not a crow?
Look, I may be unkind, but I'm not murderous. And I croak rather than caw. Plus, I fly in a pair, not in a flock. Raven. Definitely raven.
Goodbye. I guess some attractions are always out of reach. Pick either direction, but definitely go left, I guess. The hole's just big enough to reach through. It's a good 30 feet out of reach. I'll need to get into the tent first. Got it. Sure is heavier than it looked. A very heavy dead rat. There's a line of stitches down its chest.
Step right up, step right up! Win yourself a bottle of Nepenthe, the brew that puts a bullet in all your bad thoughts.
I imagine I need to use the gun. It's some kind of shooting game. The loudspeaker said I could win a bottle of Nepenthe. It's part of the shooting game.
10 hits gets you 1 hit, and 1 hit's all it takes to bring blessed sleep.
Guess I need to be faster, or they need to be slower, or something. There's no latch, and the edges are too tight for me to pull it off with just my fingers. I guess it has something to do with the shooting gallery? I think there's some kind of circuitry behind this plate. The edges are too tight for me to pull it off with just my fingers. That won't get the cover off. These roots are supporting an unnatural bridge. These roots are
Who's there? Did you scare off those nice doves? Come closer. Let me hear you.
His eyes, they're gone.
But my ears are just fine, stranger.
Who are you?
I'm afraid I don't rightly know. I'm just an old fool who can hardly remember what he's read, much less who he is. I do recall a book that said, each is his own judge. That might just have to do.
Can't you just tell me who you are?
Seldom do those who are silent make mistakes, so I think I'd best hold my tongue.
Can you at least tell me your name?
Well, I remember the name Fimble Famby, but whether it's mine or yours, or both of ours, I can't quite say.
What are you writing?
The same things I've written 1,000 times before. After all, an act can lose meaning if you do it often enough.
Where are we?
I wish I could tell you. The man who stands at a strange threshold should be cautious before he crosses it. I read that once, I think.
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
No sickness is worse to one who is wise than to lack the longed-for love.
But who was she?
Who are we to rob each other of our forgetfulness? After all, it's written somewhere that the learned man whose lore is deep is seldom happy at heart.
Did you mention doves?
Yes, I feed them as they flutter by. I find it soothes my mind. Are they here?
Sure they're here.
Ah, then let me find a crust of bread.
Classroom.
A scrap of meat.
I'd rather think of it as bread for the doves.
A hunk of rancid meat. Can you write me a work order?
No. I only write what I've written before. The words stuck in my mind, and the lost words the raven finds.
I keep hearing a terrible shriek. What is it?
The dark thing.
What is the dark thing?
A shadow locked away up there, festering. Some boils are better left unlanced.
How can I reach the dark thing?
A word leads to a word, a deed to a deed. For silver he speaks, is wisdom worth gold. I read that once, or maybe I wrote it. I suppose it doesn't much matter, one way or the other.
What happened to your eyes?
I fed them to a raven. He said it would bring me wisdom.
Did it work? Are you wiser?
Oh, yes, indeed. I learned that to be blind is better than to burn on a pyre, and that it is easier to be rid of your eyes than the vision that offended you.
Goodbye.
Joy to him who has understood, delight to those who have listened.
There's nothing on them but nonsense. I can't use this as a work order.
Bannies.
It's not much of a tree for climbing. A noose. I wonder how it got there.
You were the one who tied it there, tried hanging yourself. Did it make you any wiser?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
That's why I write things down, you know, so as not to remember.
Don't you mean to forget?
Yes, I do mean to forget.
I don't need the target practice. I don't need the target practice.
Myths.
What would a blind old fool do with such a thing?
I don't need the target practice. It's an empty bird bath.
It had water once, but the deeper he drinks, the dimmer grows the mind of many a man.
An empty bird bath. Why's that bird bath empty?
Once it was filled with fresh well water, as cool and clear as a sound mind, but doves and ravens would much rather bathe in dust. Maybe they can't abide their reflections either.
Goodbye.
Love becomes loathing if long one sits by the hearth in another's home.
Toenails. Sticks and stones will make me groan.
Yeah, I've heard it before. Let me line this shot up.
My beak.
Beak?
This could be useful. The word beak is written on it.
Seizures. My wing.
Huh? Wing?
It's illegible.
G is the cruelest letter for a blind man to write.
Specialist. My claws!
Did you say claws?
The word claws is written on it.
Neoplasm.
Please don't! What can you tell me about the dark thing?
I'm a raven, not a rat. Go ask somebody else.
Goodbye. What can you tell me about the dark thing?
It should have been burnt away, but the fire did no more than shrink it for a time.
Goodbye.
You have said so before. First, lay a worthy ore upon the anvil.
It's not a cutting board. talk about the dog that bit you.
Crow's flying along. Sees a crab eating some lady. Crow squawks, "What are you doing? She's not even dead yet." Crab scuttles off. Next day, Crow's flying along, sees the crabs at it again. "I thought I told you to scram," he says. Crab says, "Take another look." Crow looks at the lady and just says, "Carry on." Get it?
A scrap of metal chewed into a dull spike.
Step away. Behold the beak, fit for one who would carve and cut.
An ugly steel dagger. It's already a small enough scrap. No need to cut one. It was stuffed with quarters?
Please!
Now you're wondering, am I losing my mind? No, you're finding it. You've hidden a hard grain of truth beneath smooth layers of lies. A masquerade of metaphors. Here's a metaphor for you. Your mind is a matryoshka. It's just you, and you, and you, and you, and you. And we're here to open you up.
More quarters than I know what to do with. It's a rat skin. Not really anything more to say about it.
First, lay a worthy ore upon the anvil.
I need to put in a quarter.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What was, what is, and what will be are all mine to draw from the deck of your life. For what you've paid, we may speak of cards, and hear what suits the fates. What would you know?
My past.
I will tell you the figures. You will tell me the cards. And they will show us their truth. Let us begin. I see you, Querent. What card do you make of the man you were?
The Hanged Man.
Ever wanting wisdom, never knowing where to find it, stuck in time as a sacrifice to himself. A fitting choice. And what is the card for where he was?
The sun.
Innocence and exuberance, and the bloody banner of renewal, all beneath the brightness of a woman's watchful eyes. A sound selection. And tell me, what card will we lay for her?
The Lovers.
Yet it marks not love, Querent, but sacrifice, and a change the heart must embrace. And so we have your cards. The Hanged Man, the Sun, the Lovers. What shall we make of them? A man who stands blithe and blind upon the very cusp of change, failing to heed a woman's flesh and blood, while making an idol of her. That, Querent, is what was.
Idle offer.
Did you say something about an idle offer?
No, that animatronic card sharp did. Or did he say idle afar? The trouble with prophecies is the words have always got a double meaning.
Goodbye.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What would you know?
My present.
We will now speak of cards again. Once more, I see you, Querent. What card shall stand for the man before me?
The Fool.
Ah, the excuse. An empty-headed vagabond wandering among wonders. The card suits you, but which best befits this place?
The Wheel of Fortune.
Eternally turning, inescapable, ever-changing, Tarot, Torah, Otar, Rota, the wheel. It will do for this strange land. Now, what will you pick for the old scribe you so lately stood beside?
The Magician.
The one that follows the fool, shadowed by the infinite. His hidden bidding is to wield your own wisdom. You would do well to heed the lesson. The Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. What do these cards show? A man who outwits himself, lost in liminal space. That infinitesimal between whence and whither. His well of wisdom is run dry. A worm gnaws at the roots of his confidence, and thought and memory blind his mind's eye. That, Querent, is what is.
Wince and wither.
Why did you say wince and wither?
Isn't that what the head said? 'Cause we ravens know all about the moment between wince and wither. Long, short, it all comes down to the same thing. When living becomes dying. And we get ready to dip our beaks.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What would you know?
My future.
We will now speak of cards again. For the final time, Querent, it is you that I see. What card will serve for the you who is to come?
The Hermit.
Holding a lamp to see and a staff to walk, but looking only inward, seeking only himself. The card suits you. Which one suits that ride, that Valkyrie, which promises to bear you up to where the great battle awaits?
The Chariot.
An obvious pick, perhaps, and yet fitting, for it marks an act of decision by the one, stuck between the riddles of the dark sphinx and the light. It will do. There is but one more now. The dark thing that lurks above. What is its card?
It's the devil.
Yes. There he sits upon his throne, man and woman bound before him, but only loosely. It is merely a matter of shedding their chains. So then, what have we? The Hermit, the Chariot, the Devil. You will call for 3, 1, 10, 1, 3, and from among the dead you will be taken, to be born and reborn, to rise, to fall, and rise again, until you find your way. That, Querent, is what will be.
Call! Call!
Did you say call?
No, he said it.
Call 4, 3, something, something, something.
Goodbye.
We're sorry. Please check the number and dial again. Or call.
The knife's not sharp enough to cut through the canvas. The edges are too tight for me to pull it off with just my fingers. There's some kind of circuitry behind the plate. Let's see if this can slide under the edge. There we go. Huh. They seem to move together. Better leave them here. Better leave them here. get a closer look. Guess I've changed some settings. Nepenthe, a drug to quiet all pain and strife, and bring forgetfulness of every ill. But what if I forgot her? What's it going to forget? Being gutted, stuffed with quarters, then cut open again for pocket change? I don't want to waste it. 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 A knockout marinade. It smells like poppies.